Harry Broadman is joining us. He's the former White House trade negotiator under the Clinton administration and former chief of staff of the President's Council of Economic Advisors under the George H.W. Bush administration. Harry, welcome, and so wonderful to be able to get your perspective on this. I think the markets really are interpreting perhaps easing trade tensions. What do you think we might see with a Biden White House and a divided Congress with respect to trade?
Yeah, I don't know what the markets are thinking, frankly, but my bet is that Biden will probably be as tough on China as Trump, but use different tools and a different approach. And in particular, because of Biden's foreign policy background, he's going to be approaching China, I think, multilaterally. That is, through collective action, as opposed to what Trump has been doing through bilateral negotiations, coming off of his career as a real estate agent, since all those deals are bilateral. And that has proven, I think, not to be very productive. So I think that's going to be one of the differences in terms of the mode of which President Biden would approach the Chinese.
And that potentially is a very big difference in terms of the approach and also the outcome. But give us a little bit more granularity what a multilateral approach would actually look like. What does Biden have to be able to do and win at in order for that to have some success?
Well, I think he's going to tap into the fact that it's not just the U.S. who has a problem with China's trade and investment policies, but a large number of big trading powers like the Germans, the French, the Australians, the Canadians. I wouldn't want to leave out the Canadians. And, that's typically how trade negotiations have gone on for years. And I think the big story, frankly, is that China has been in violation of its legal agreement since it joined the WTO in 2001. In other words, every country signs an accession agreement. And if you go through that agreement, all the details that China was supposed to put in place in terms of legal changes and operational changes, it really has not done so. So I think that's the ground on which the battle should take place. But importantly, it's going to be done, as I say, through collective action. It's a very different way of dealing with the Chinese. And I think the Chinese, that is their biggest fear, frankly, is that a group of countries gang up on them. Now, I'm not sure how it's going to end, but that's going to be the big difference in the mode of interaction.